Hi, morning everybody. It's Jason Pegler. I am the CEO of Chipmunkapublishing, owner of the mental health publisher, and former bipolar sufferer. So I'm here to talk to you again about the seminar that I'm really excited about, the Creative Writing and Recovery Seminar. And I'm so excited about it. What I have to tell you is that we've had an early bird offer, and the price is going to go up soon. The price is going to go up soon. So now the date that the price will go up it'll be on the link on the website. I'm not going to put it in this video. So some people have already booked, which is great, and we have to have limited places so that people are really focused on getting the best out of everything, and we really achieve and reach our full potential during that day, and push each other forwards so that we can achieve the best and grow ourselves as writers and help our mental health and help our own ability. You build our own muscle, really, to our own emotional and creative and decision-making muscle, so that we can give a voice to more people with the particular mental health niche that we're representing. And what I want to say is, really advise you to take advantage of this opportunity. If you can't make the event, that's okay. We will have events in the future like this. But if you can make it, if you think, yes, I can make that event, then I urge you to make the decision and to just go for it, and don't look back, because Jim Rohn calls it the law of diminishing intent. So if you decide to go for something and it seems like a good idea, then the moment you act is when you grow as a person and you develop even further. Now, my strategy is the more events that I do is to record them and then have them available as DVD or CD products, and in certain instances, some events where it won't apply to this event will be live webinar opportunities for people all around the world to be able to join in. And of course, there'll maybe home study courses and things like this. And these products are going to be available very, very soon. And but my plan is to do that for every seminar, so that we can record every event and have it there and then. That's not to say that it's not the same intensity if you're there than if you're reading about it. I know this from my own experience. So, having been heavily into Tony Robbins since the year 2000, really, I read a lot of his books, got really absorbed in his strategies, taking notes, doing the exercises, listening to his CDs, watching him on video. But it's nothing like attending the event, attending the seminar, because the first time I saw Tony, I think, was in 2003, and then after that 2005 or something like that. It's documented in my book, The Ultimate Guide to Wellbeing. The first time that I mentioned that I met him in person, it had such a transformation in my life that within 2 or 3 months I was off all the psychiatric medication that I'd been stuck on for years, for nearly a decade. And it was the confidence of going to the seminar and sharing strategies and just being in the same room, in the same presence as someone that I believed in, and there's someone who's actively doing something that I wanted to do, and I knew, or even knew that had the tools to help me. And I feel that that is true with a lot of people that I've met, and then a lot of people have told me this who I've never met. And so, you know, I'm actively writing and giving a voice to people with mental illness and improving my own mental health, and by sharing this as much information as I can and publishing people, then we're getting great results. We're helping a lot of people's mental health as well. And it may be that you haven't met me, or that you are a Chipmunka author, or you're not yet. But I think that if you come for the day, you'll get more out of it, and it will help your mental health quicker. And more importantly, it will help your mental health, writing, ability to make decisions, ability to promote yourself, to focus on building your own brand and your own personal development so much that it will give you more strength and more capacity to be a more effective ambassador for Chipmunka, but also it will give you the capacity to help more people and give you greater potential to help more people by giving you greater strength, greater mental capacity. And this is what's so exciting about it, because I know that whoever I get in the room in that day, they're just going to catapult forward into success magnets and mental health empowerment magnets. And there's just so many great opportunities that are coming forward, and I'll be able to discuss those with you on that day, and they'll be talk to you in more detail about what I'll be offering. First up, I'll be offering the exclusive mastermind group, which is an annual membership, which has some great seminars and products along with it. So you'll get first access to that. It's like, it's kind of, if you think of like Think and Grow Rich, so if you kind of think of the Genius mentoring mind group, where everyone's there to impress each other and to help develop each other, share ideas, stretch each other mentally, psychologically, business-wise, branding-wise, promotion-wise, standard-wise, you know, raising our standards to be the best that we can be every single day. Having a peer group that is passionate about developing and pushing ourselves, this is really important. Then I'll be able to discuss with you, first up, lots more offerings that are coming. So, and you'll get by being at the seminar, you'll get the exclusive access to this and the best prices as they're rolled out first to you, to your access. You're the first people to access to them. So one that I'm really looking forward to presenting is Unlimited Confidence. There's Unlimited Confidence smashes the fear of mental illness, which is a product that I'm developing, which is really, really exciting. And that is just amazing. And then there's Unlimited Confidence to live the life of your dreams as well. And we're going to spend a whole day doing that. But for this seminar, this is the creative writing and recovery one. So it's where I give you positive creative writing prompts, and you write away, and we celebrate our mental health experiences throughout the day after we each write a page. And you can bring your own writing material. I can help you develop it, I can help you segment it, I can help you give you ideas how you can turn lots of different works into a kind of selected works, combination of works. And these are things that I've been advising people on for over a decade. So I'm really experienced with this. And of course, one-to-one or in a small group where other people are writing, one-to-one, you're going to get more out of it. You're going to actively make decisions. Because I get people who sends me an email and say, "Hi, I read your book, A Can of Madness, and I've been writing for 3 or 4 years, but I've only just had the confidence to contact you." Seriously, I get emails like that, and I just wish that I could have met those people 4 years earlier, because I think if they'd have met me 4 years earlier, just for a day, they would have had the confidence straight away to approach me, and within those 4 years they could have written, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, 5 books. They could have, as a result, been published and become a public speaker. They could have got paid for speaking, got paid for writing articles. They could have been interviewed by the media all around the world. They could have set up their own business or social enterprise, and they could have been earning more working on their business part-time than they could be holding down a full-time job. And that might be someone who 4 or 5 years before was, to be perfectly honest, unemployable because they've got a mental health history and background, and not quite rightly they're worried about that, and understandably they may self-manifest in that, and it can affect their confidence and all things like that. Because I know this happened to me for quite a long time, but mentally somehow I managed to get over it. So they could find it difficult to get a job because they're worried about their CV, and how do they fill the missing gaps on their CV of their mental health experiences, or or hospitalizations. I remember when I was I went for a job once after I did my second degree in journalism. I did my first degree in classical studies and managed to scrape a 2-1 at that, and then I did a postgraduate degree in newspaper journalism. So, I went for an interview where my flatmate actually knew the owner of the magazine, so it was a pretty good contact. It was a financial I think it was called Shares magazine or something. So it was a top financial magazine, and I had an interview with the guy who was the publisher, the owner, essentially, of the magazine. And I felt really confident going in because I was, I've always enjoyed mental arithmetic and good with numbers and things like that. Quite interested in business. And I remember there was kind of 2 years gap on my CV because it took me 3 years to do my A-levels, even though I didn't fail any exams because I spent 6 months in a psychiatric ward. And then it took me 4 years to finish a 3-year degree because I spent another 3 months in a psychiatric ward and 6 months off uni through depression and recovery from that. So when I went for this job, I was, however old I was 25 or something like that. 23, I think, maybe. And he said, "Oh yeah, this is really good, but what about these gaps in your CV?" And instead of trying to come up with something like, "Oh, I travelled the world," or fill it in, or saying I was researching, or I just said, "Oh, I had manic depression a couple of times, and it held me back." And in the interview, they just said, Is it a problem now? And I said no. Now, I will never know if that's why I didn't get the job or not, but and it's maybe unfair to judge the guy on that, but that didn't give me a great deal of confidence. Even when I started Chipmunka, the first year or so, first 18 months or so, I was looking for jobs in mental health, and I had like about 7 interviews on the trot. And they were for advocacy workers and all things like that, full-time positions. And in every one of them, I kind of got to the interview stage and then didn't quite get the job every time. And it's really because, I mean, in the interviews, I didn't have the experience, even though I did research on each job and I was passionate about helping people with mental health. But I would talk about Chipmunka in each of the interviews, and maybe there were better candidates than me, to be perfectly honest, but there were certainly more focused candidates to me, because I remember one of them, I was asked to go on TV the same time as the interview, and I changed the time of the interview to go on TV. It was ITV News, and they weren't very impressed when I told them. And they asked me a question in the interview, what would happen if you want to go on TV again? And I said, well, I would go, because it would be good for my company and it would be good for you guys as well, good promotion. I think just blew their minds, and that was me out of a job. But my point is here that I felt that I could never work for anyone else, because I was so worried about my mental illness that I felt that it was always going to drag me down and people were going to perceive me differently. I mean, even just after I finished university, I got a job with Barclays Bank, and it was in a call centre, and I quite liked it. It didn't pay very well, but it was, nice offices, quite, sort of happy-ish people. And we had 3 weeks training, and then in the training, they were talking about, their funniest customer, their most ridiculous customer. And it was this guy who was a joke to everyone. There was about 15 people in the room. He said, oh yeah, our funniest customer is this guy who rings up all the time, and you get to know his name because he rings up everyone. And he's got manic depression. And from that moment, I was finishing the training, I thought, there's no way I'm working here for the next year or two. I was prepared to put, in my head, I was prepared to work there for a couple of years and get promoted as quickly as I could. And I just thought, well, if that's what people think of people with manic depression, there's no way I'm working for this company. And I ended up getting my training, and I worked there for, I think I did 4 days there, and that was it. I was off to London. I thought, right, I'm going to be, work as a journalist. But then when I was working as a journalist, I couldn't write what I wanted to write. I was writing for this film magazine, Total Film Magazine, which was a cool magazine. I couldn't write what I wanted to write. And I think this is a really significant thing to realise with people with mental illness and mental health experiences, that we're very creative and we like to do our own thing. So if we can be in a position where we can be self-employed, we don't have to worry about our mental health history, and we can put ourselves in the driving seat. I mean, it's like driving a car, really, but driving it sensibly. So you put your foot on the accelerator, and then you take your foot off and you put on the brakes. So it's like very smooth process. And so this is it's a way, attending this seminar is a way that you can take the massive action necessary and the decisions necessary to say, yes, I'm going to write, and I'm going to get as many books out as I can, and Jason will help me focus on that, and I'll help you focus on that, and I'll publish you for the rest of your life, as many books as you want to write. You might just want to give back, give a contribution back to people in your niche, or you might not have a job, and you might want to have the confidence to get back to work, or you might say, well, actually, working for other people isn't for me. I've got a mental illness. I'm on a mission to make the world a better place, to give a voice to people and to help people in my niche, to help people with schizophrenia, bipolar, anorexia. And this is where my head's at, and it's always been. And if you go to this seminar, this is the level 1 seminar of the ones that I'm doing. And there are 11 seminars, and there is membership groups, mastermind groups, there's really advanced home study courses, training courses that I'm doing, and it's a roller coaster ride. So I'm inviting you in on this roller coaster ride, and we will be doing this seminar again, but I urge you to take action. Like after you see, after this video ends in a minute, so I'm going to finish it in a few minutes. Just go to the website, see how many places there are left, and book it, because the price is going to go up. Because I want people really focused there, and then push out the next program. But it's an opportunity for you to become self-employed, to grow your own business, and if you work hard at it and you're focused enough and you follow my strategies and you keep pushing it, then in the years to come you can earn more money part-time working on something that you love and you're passionate about, making a difference to the world, than you can working on a full-time for someone else, where you're always going to be worried that at some point you might crack up mentally because your heart isn't in it and you're going to lose your job. And why am I doing this? Because it's just what happened to me, and I know that other people feel like this as well, and I want to push it. I want to be in a position where in 50 years time we can say, okay, we published 1 million people, and of those 1 million people, 1,000 of them became really successful entrepreneurs and helped millions of people and lived the life of their dreams and made the world a better place. And we got to a stage where there were no suicides, or just 10,000 suicides a year instead of 1 million suicides. That is where my head's at, and that's where I'm going. If you want to come with me, get in the car, put the foot on the accelerator, take the brake off with when you want, and get there and book it. And there's so many opportunities. What I'll be doing is training people up in mental health empowerment, so that eventually that they can license it and go out and sell it. Bit like Richard Bandler's been doing with NLP for 40 years, and doing it so effectively. But this is mental health empowerment. This is Jason's model, and it includes writing and publishing as an empowering tool. Okay, love you lot, everyone. Okay, take care. See you soon. See you at the seminar. Okay, love it. If you can't make it, that's okay. I'm going to be putting lots of information here, but for those of you there at the first seminar, congratulations, well done. And everyone else, love you lots. Great mental health to you all. Okay, love it. Love you. Take care. Bye.